Yeah, guys, the baseball team is entering their final stretch of their season. So before this year comes to an end, we wanted to know a little bit more about the players and more specifically their walk-up songs, with more with Lucy Rodine.
I'm sure a lot of people just think you find a song and pick it, but I probably listen to 15 different songs throughout the year, trying to figure out which one to go with. I know when you hear it, like you got to replay it for a second and then pause it, and then like imagine yourself walking up to the plate and then click play, and then you hear the song or the part of the song that you want to go up there to. And
a lot of guys honestly start like kind of in the fall. They're like, oh, like this will be a cool walk-up song to use in the spring, and like then they forget about it. Come January, like newer songs kind of release, and you're sitting there, you're like, man, like I really got to think of one.
I just hope they pick good songs because I have to listen to them all year.
Mitch Bowe's got a really good one, and obviously I think my walk-up song's up there for sure.
I think Tyler Cropley does. Yeah, it's got a good beat to it.
I'm probably gonna go with Robert Newstrom. Rock Boys was one of my favorite songs by Jay-Z growing up.
Me? No, I like Zoe's. It's kind of funny.
By far me. No competition. It's me.
Well, we just heard from some of the team on who has their favorite walk-up song this season, but now it's time to hear from me on my choice. And as you can probably tell by my sunburn, I spent a lot of time out at Dwayne Banks, so I feel like I sort of deserve a say too. So coming in at the number 5 spot is Chris Whalen with Fire by Louie and the Child. At number 4, I have my sleeper pick with Matt Hoig and Rainy Day in Autumn by Unified Highway. In the 3rd spot, I have Lorenzo Elon with God's Plan by Drake. At number 2, I have Tyler Cropley with By the World by Mike Will Made It, featuring Future and Kendrick Lamar. And at the number 1 spot, it was an easy call with Mitchell Bowe and Return of Them Back by Mark Morrison. So all this talk of walk-up songs kind of inspired me to decide what my walk-up song would be, and it was a tough call between Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, You Make My Dreams by Hall & Oates, and Everlong by the Foo Fighters. But at the end of the day, I chose Walkie Talkie Man by Stereogrim as my walk-up song. So Rick Heller, if you ever need me to DH or do anything for you guys, I am prepared. But speaking of coach, I also asked his players what they think their head coach's walk-up song would be. Take a listen.
Definitely hip hop. I can see Coach Heller get some hip hop.
I'm a country fan, so I mean, like real country.
Probably something by Johnny Cash.
He's a Johnny Cash guy. He's a Willie Nelson guy. I can't say I know too many songs by either of those artists.
Waylon Jennings or Willie Nelson or Johnny Cash or George Jones.
I'll probably give him a country song, so I'll go with anything Chris Stapleton.
I don't know. I like Chris Stapleton. I like Jamie Johnson. I would definitely put a lot of thought into it so that it was something that was my personality.
Well, I have to say that Lorenzo was just a little off on his guess for Coach Heller's song. And now moving on to men's gymnastics, consistent success is key for any level of sport. And Iowa's men's gymnastics head coach J.D. Reeve has seen just on that. DITV sports reporter Casey Lindekrantz has the story.
For 7 seasons now, Coach J.D. Reeve has continued the Gym Hawks' tradition of excellence both in and out of meets. Much of what he can attribute that to is an effective coaching philosophy.
The sport is the platform for teaching them how to be just great young men. Gymnastics is very hard, it's very time consuming, it's something they've been doing their entire lives, and so I really appreciate the opportunity to help them when they reach their peak of gymnastics and also use that as they're transitioning honestly into adulthood and potentially a professional career.
I talked with many members of the team, and from the freshmen to the seniors, they all had the same thing to say. Coach Reeve is a great coach. What wasn't the same, however, was the reasons for why Coach Reeve is great at what he does.
His leadership style, he's always there to talk to us, make sure that we're on the right track, reassure us with anything that's going on. He doesn't do it in this, yelling. He's not yelling at you. He sincerely cares about how you're doing as a student as well as being an athlete.
His demand and his push for you, he always, whatever you set your expectation, he expects even more out of you, and I think that's something really good because a lot of us may not have the highest expectations, but he pushes us to exceed them.
Being outstanding lends itself to winning awards and championships, and while those bring good memories, they aren't what matter most to Coach Reeve.
A guy calling you 5 years later after you graduated and being like, thank you. Thank you for teaching me those lessons, and it means so much to hear that whether they figure it out while they're here or they figure it out 5 years after they graduate, that they took something that I provided them or something that I taught them, and it helped shape who they are.
Coach Reeve and the Gym Hawks are already looking to next season as they started practicing only a few weeks following the NCAA championships in Chicago. Reporting from the Fieldhouse, this is Casey Linderkrantz, DITV Sports.
Well, guys, that's all I have for you today in the sports studio. Guys at the desk, back to you.